somewhat apologetic Stevante Clark sat down with KCRA tonight, hours after being booked in a Sacramento jail on felony threat charges, assault, vandalism, and abusing the 911 emergency line. Although police have not released details of what led up to the arrest, this couple says they are the victims.
It's been very stressful. Been very stressful.
They say Clark moved into their Acacia Avenue home to rent a room in November.
He came and filled the spot, and he was quiet and paid his rent on time and was perfectly fine until, unfortunately, what happened to his brother.
That brother, Stefan Clark, died in a police shooting last month. That's when they say things started to change. Alex Rushka described sometimes erratic behavior. The couple says Clark threatened them on Monday.
He's like, you tell that I'm gonna to not disrespect me again, or I'm gonna kill her.
They called police more than a dozen times, filed a restraining order, and said they eventually were put in a hotel. This is what they say Clark did while they were gone.
My entire house is destroyed.
We asked Clark about those claims.
What happened on Monday?
I don't have a lawyer, I don't think I have a lawyer for all this.
At times, he seemed to ramble, claiming someone was trying to kill him and trying to break into the house. I asked him about those who questioned his mental health.
No, I'm saying I'm a mental health advocate.
Clark then made his own claims about the couple.
They have all my clothes there. They have all my electronics are there. They ate all my food.
This was his response when I asked him to talk about why he's in jail now.
I think everybody should love everybody.
As for the couple, well, they spent the day cleaning up. Their landlord has given them until the end of the month to move out. They hope their former roommate eventually gets help.
It's frustrating because I don't villainize him. He's hurt and he needs help. And at the bottom of it all, that's what matters.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now, this video right here is about Stevante Clark. And you all know I did a video about Stevante last week. And I pretty much saw this coming. I'm sure a lot of you all also saw it coming also, due to the fact that Stevante would not do like the old folks saying, what's that, Trey? That's called sit your ass down somewhere. Yes, sit your ass down somewhere. This is not going to be one of those videos where we sugarcoat shit or anything like that. This is just going to be one of those videos where we have to talk and tell the truth. Can we talk amongst family, if you will? Can we just have a real dialogue, a conversation? Now, when we all seen Stevante Clark, most of us remember him from his memorable stomping in the city councilman meeting, when the mayor and them had a meeting down with the city councilman, and he basically stomped right in there doing his little jig, his little dance and everything. I mean, he was breaking it down and jumped on top of the podium and looked the mayor basically right in the face, you know what I'm saying? It was being very disorderly. But at the time, we all thought, well, you know, he's suffering. This is his way of grieving. And you know, a lot of people say, well, you can't tell nobody how to grieve. True, as long as you grieve to a certain extent, to a certain point, you just can't go overboard, you know, because people will turn and start looking at you like you're crazy or you're the problem. And see, everybody was rooting for Stevante, you know, at first when it all happened. And then slowly but surely, little memes came out about his brother with his Hispanic or Latino, I think, girlfriend or wife he had. He had 2 kids by the lady. And he was basically saying some derogatory things about black women. You know, that's the brother that had got killed. And it blew all up on social media, on Twitter. And people was basically calling... well, couldn't call the brother out that's dead, but basically calling Stevante out and saying that, you know, this clown this clown that, and we shouldn't be behind nobody who don't, you know, love their own women and talk about and degrade their own women in the way that Steven allegedly has. And I said allegedly because I don't really know that to be true. Only thing I know is what was posted. And then they also had some tweets and I think a Twitter page that belonged to Steven before he passed, where he was basically himself allegedly saying some derogatory things and saying that, you know, that he would never be with a black woman and things like that. I'm sure you all heard it by now. But anyway, so fast forward up until now. Now, like I said, I did a video last week talking about Stevante and basically wishing and hoping somebody beside him will tell him, look, man, sit down somewhere. You're doing too much. You're causing a problem, and people is not going to take the movement seriously. And people might be saying, what movement? Okay, when something happened to people of color, people of color is going to protest. They're going to want answers, but you have to be taken seriously, because if you're not taken seriously, you will be seen as a joke, and don't nobody want to be seen as a joke. That's why what Stevante was doing was so hurtful and also not needed in the movement, in the community, because it's already one thing for people to say they have a right, basically a right to justify to kill you. I mean, what kind of mess is that right there? Because who needs any kind of right to kill somebody? But don't make matters worse by out here parading around like a fool. Like a few days ago, he was basically threatening reporters just walking down the street, reporters eating sandwiches and everything. One of them even told him, I'm eating a sandwich. And he basically threatened reporters, do not exploit my family, do not exploit my family. I understand that, but they're not the one exploiting your family. You are the one, Stevante, exploiting your family. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and dig all up in this story, and I'm going to read a snippet from it, and I'm going to give my opinion, surely, as we go. Stephen Clark's brother Stevante denied bail after arrest on suspicion of making threats, authorities say. Threatened his roommates, allegedly. And as you all seen the video, that damn house was tore up. It didn't look like much of shit any damn way. Let's just keep it real. I'm not trying to be funny, but hell, every time I say that, it comes out funny. But that's just the way I talk. But, if he really did that, I mean, if you really tore up somebody's house that let you come in there and stay when you didn't have nowhere to stay, because when I first seen the guy, I thought he was a rapper. I thought he had money. I thought he was driving around in Audis and Lexus and had mansions and swimming pools. But come to find out, all that was not true. Anyway, let's start this story. The brother of police shooting victim Stephen Clark was arrested Thursday, April 19th, on 4 allegations including suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon and making threats, Sacramento County Jail records show. He's also accused of abusing a 911 emergency line. Sacramento police arrested Stevante Clark, 25 years old, just after 10 a.m. Got him early in the morning, like we got to hurry up and get him off the street. I bet that was on the chief's mind that night, and I'm pretty sure the chief did not want to arrest Stevante, because you see him hugged up, taking pictures and stuff, and they were pretty much trying to get this dude enough rope to hang himself, because they know that he was going to eventually hang his own damn self, which he wound up doing. Now, at 10 a.m. Thursday, following days of rising conflict between him and his roommates, the Sacramento Bee reported Clark and the couple share a home in North Sacramento. Court records showed the girlfriend sought a restraining order against Clark on Wednesday after he allegedly threatened her life. Her request was granted, according to Sergeant Vance Chandler. Local authorities had been actively receiving information and conducted an ongoing investigation that led to Thursday's arrest. Police responded to the Sacramento home on Acacia Avenue in connection with Clark within the past week, he said. So police already been there before. And I don't understand if they trying to make a joke out of Stephen Clark's death, even if the brother is unknowingly or a willing participant trying to make a joke out his own brother death, because that's what is coming across to me and everybody else, pretty much in the world. We see him basically exploiting his own brother death, because if you're hurt, I know everybody don't hurt the same, but if you're hurt, it would seem like that you would be more emotional and you would be more passive in your tact, and far as you getting things done, saying things to the camera, talking to the reporters. You wouldn't be just like a wild card. So evidently, what I'm saying is that Stevante most likely was already this way before his brother died, and when his brother died, it pretty much just some triggered inside of him, and he just basically just losing all his damn sense, talking about people trying to kill him and everything else. I don't know if that's true or not, but you never know. Now, Clark is currently ineligible for bail, according to the newspaper. Now, I don't understand why he's not eligible for bail. How many hell you got murderers and drug dealers, pedophiles, all kinds of people be eligible for bail. So I don't know why they won't give him no bail. It's not like he jumped on somebody and whooped their ass. You know what I'm saying? Little as he is, he'd be lucky if he can whoop that white girl. And I'm not trying to sound racist or anything like that, but at the same time, it looked like she would put some hands on his little ass. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's a big woman. Let's continue. The 25-year-old was thrust into the spotlight last month after his brother was gunned down by Sacramento officers in their grandparents' backyard. Clark had been an outspoken voice in the demand for justice for his slain brother. However, his public outbursts and sometimes erratic behavior have caused worry for some, and that's exactly what I was just saying, because we was behind him at first until all this stuff come out. You know what I'm saying? I'm still behind the fact that I don't like the fact of how his brother got killed, shot 7 times in the back, even though they said that he was allegedly breaking in cars or something like that. But how do you shoot a man and mistake a cell phone in his hand for a gun and shoot him down 7 times in the back? So I guess when they say instead of like the police chief, I don't know if you all seen this video, the police chief was basically being recorded in one of his little briefing, his meeting. He said it's best to kill the person, flat out kill him, then injure them or have them on life support or disabled. Just go and kill them. You can look the video up, matter of fact, on World Star. You can look it up and type in police chief says kill suspects. You will have the video right there. So, you know, I don't understand all that right there, but let's continue. But anyway, now, his public outbursts and sometimes erratic behavior had caused worry for some. Family and friends say the March 18 shooting is a source of Clark's mental instability, which they describe as a call for help. Yes, evidently he's been calling for help, because I don't see this something just occurring within the last, you know what I'm saying, couple months. This like an ongoing thing, and he was never properly diagnosed, if you ask me. Now, at this point, it's a processing of his grief as well as continued mental health issues that he's not addressing. Sanaya Lewis, a Clark relative and BLM Black Lives Matter Sacramento activist, told the Sacramento Bee. Alondro Raylan Rusco and his girlfriend, who rented a room in their home to Clark back in January, expressed the same concern, describing the young man as unstable since his brother's shooting death. Now, Ruska said his girlfriend had asked Clark to stop shouting at police through his bedroom window on Monday. Why is he shouting at police through his bedroom window? You're going to be damn right where your brother is. And that's not to be funny or anything, no pun intended. If you sitting up here looking for trouble, you see what I'm saying? I mean, you need to just chill out, man, and get you some advice from some legal experts, some people who can really help you in this matter, because you really don't know exactly what you're really dealing with, because you're giving these people, you know what I'm saying, all kinds of opportunities and chances to come at you any kind of way they want to. Then when something happen, everybody be like, well, you know, he had it coming. I seen it coming, you know what I'm saying, since he walked into the city hall meeting and jumped all up in the mayor's face. So it's a way to do everything. You know, it's a way to grieve. It's a way to do everything. And I'm not trying to tell that man how to grieve, but at the same time, we have to use some logical sense. We have to be reasonable ourselves if we want respect. You know, you got to be intelligent, like Too Short said, when you put them in check. Because when you're ignorant, you're going to get treated that way. And then when they throw you in jail, you got nothing to say. Now, let's continue. Now, he said Clark grew angry at the request and continued threatening his girlfriend into Tuesday morning. The couple called police multiple times after Clark refused to leave and sought a restraining order. They eventually fled the home and slept at a hotel for 2 nights. So why is he in there going off on the woman when it's a man there? Why aren't you addressing your anger or whatever at the man? Because the woman, the guy girlfriend, told him to stop hollering through the window at police. Stop messing with them damn police. You know how we talk, leave them damn cops alone. You feel me? They gonna come over here and get your ass. So I don't understand, why is he hollering out his window at police any damn way? You know, somebody should have came and talked to him right then. That's how you know people don't have nobody real next to them, or if the people real next to them, the people like Stevante will not let them get close to help them. You know what I'm saying? You can be the best motivational speaker in the world. You could be Les Brown, you could be Tony Robbins, but if you're talking to somebody who don't want to receive your information and your dialogue and your help, you wasting your breath, you wasting your time, because the person have to receive what you're trying to give them. You know what I'm saying? No matter who you are. And Stevante is clearly more standoffish and just more like stubborn, if you will. I think it's more stubborn and mental also. Now, the moment you threaten my girlfriend's life, we have to do something, Ruska told the newspaper. On Thursday, police responded to reports of a man on Acacia Avenue who was wearing a bulletproof vest and hitting nearby cars with a shovel, according to police dispatch audio. The suspect was also trying to block a portion of the road using garbage cans. Like, what the hell is going on? Is you under MK Ultra or something? What the hell is going on, Stevante? Now, our friend from 970 Acacia was seen putting on a bulletproof vest on Facebook Live yesterday. Here we go with that Facebook Live again. You know what I'm saying? If you want the world to see you, don't go on YouTube, World Star, none of that. Twitter, IG. Go on Facebook Live. You know what I'm saying? Everybody and their mama will see you. I don't know what's up with this Facebook Live shit. Anyway, now just for your information, an officer is heard saying over the radio, referencing a video posted to Clark's Facebook page. Looks like we are getting multiple calls about it. He's streaming live on the internet, armed with a machete, threatening a female at that address, a dispatcher reports. What the hell is going on with Stevante? Would somebody please sit down and talk to this young man? Now, by 10:15 a.m., Clark was arrested without incident at the scene. His first court appearance is scheduled for Friday, April 20th. And I don't know if they're going to let him out. I don't know if they're eventually going to let him get a bond, but most likely they're going to let him get a bond. I think they're trying to make him seek psychiatric help, like trying to really see what is wrong with this guy. But let me know what you all think about this situation, because, I mean, whenever we have people getting gunned down like Philando Castile, Eric Garner. When we have people, well, Eric Garner was basically choked to death. Tamir Rice. When we have Alton Sterling. When we have these people getting their lives snuffed out and taken, Mike Brown. We do not need nobody, no matter who they are to them, you know what I'm saying, disrupting what we have going on as far as trying to combat the system, trying to protest against the system, because we cannot sit up here and talk logical when we are doing foolish things. See, what he was doing was very foolish. What he should have done was just sit down somewhere and learn how to fight the battle. You know what I'm saying? It's the way you fight these kind of wars. You don't fight these wars by putting trash cans in the streets, yelling out the window like a lunatic at the people, because guess what? You would not be taken serious. No matter what you want to think or no matter what you want to say, you want to be taken serious. You want people to know when you speak, you mean what you say and you stand on what you say. So if they see you doing this kind of things, walking around and dancing around in City Hall, jumping on there, that was cool at first. Well, we like, okay, let them exhale, like the movie Waiting to Exhale. We like, okay, but it's just like one thing after another. The next day was this. He's in the mall, not the mall, Best Buy, excuse me, flashing allegedly fake money. Like, why would you be doing that? If we grieving about your brother and you got put on a national spotlight for as your brother Stephen Clark's death, why is you trying to override that and you know what I'm saying, put that under your shadow when the whole issue supposed to be with you is demanding justice for what happened to your brother? Now it's all about you and your mental instability. So funny, so sad also how they forgot about Steven. You don't even hardly hear his name being mentioned no more. But you do hear Stevante name mentioned all the time. So let me know what you all think about this situation right here, because it sounds like to me that this guy needs some mental health and hopefully that he can get it. But he do not need to be threatening anybody, man or woman. Most likely, what I think what would be best for him, if he stays with somebody close to him and have somebody that can really look out for him. You know what I'm saying? Because other than that, he's just an unstable cat. He's just a live wire. Let me know what you all think. If you like the video, press that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely share the video and leave a comment down and let me know what you all think about this situation, because it's sad. And like I said, I'm sorry what happened to his brother. I'm not here to judge his brother on his preference of women. I don't think I can say what the brother said, Stephen, the one that's dead, what he said was wrong about black women. I mean, he shouldn't have said all that. But anyway, that's why a lot of people dislike him. But I don't dislike the man for that. You know what I'm saying? It was wrong, but at the same time, he's dead. I mean, what can we do? Let me know what you all think. Till next time, y'all stay blessed, stay woke. I'm out.